talk about though is maybe I'll insult them every once in a while, but I don't want to get into a lengthy discussion about it. One, two.
Check out Humble Bundle outside of like Unity assets and stuff these days.
Smaller, you're squishing them.
I haven't looked at Humble Bundle in a while.
Yeah. I originally got Sony Vegas on Humble Bundle, and that was my video editing thing for a while.
You can get Sony Vegas from a Humble Bundle? What?
I did, and it was like
I missed
a few
that.
months before it got sold to Magic.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then it was just kind of crap. So now I pirate Adobe Premiere.
Okay.
My professor gave me the download for it, so
Okay. Good professor there.
You trying to kiss me now? Again? Me.
Yes, I did. I made them small.
Okay, we've got like 1 minute until we're starting, so I'm gonna go ahead to the other room.
It's a Discord add-in. If you go to discord.com/.
Hi all, if we could gather around the backstage, I'm going to start going over the rules, and I have one little announcement to make, and then we'll get started.
To see them all storming in.
Yeah.
Oh, but no one's here yet. Is this just like the respawn?
Oh. I mean, they should be able to hear me anyways.
Should.
There's a glitch if there's 2 people, right?
I'm going to go yell at them. And also do quieties back there.
Hey, similar to, you know, how we flash the respawn, can we get people into the other room, please? Thank you.
I don't think it's working, Cyan.
Do you hear
It
it?
didn't change. You're really quiet.
Oh. Because I could hear
Okay, now you're
Squid.
Did we lose some people?
That's a lot of people. Oh, there they are.
Oh, here they go. Oh, geez.
So, how many people cannot hear Squid loudly?
Can you guys hear me up here?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Were you not able to hear me when... Oh. Okay.
If they're all talking on top of you, then they know.
That makes sense. Okay. I think that's about everybody. All right. So before we get started today, there is a little announcement. So we are actually moving the event out of. We're going to be making our own Discord for the community meetup going forward, and that's going to start next week. Is when we're probably going to open that up. So I guess if anybody has any feedback or ideas in what they would want in some sort of dedicated developer event or a community meetup type Discord, please.
You can leave the events Discord.
If you want to, we will be posting.
Great. I'm only here for you.
only here for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Only you, not even the event. Just you.
No, so that does mean if I guess if you want to leave the events Discord, you can do that. That's not necessarily what we're saying. But you can absolutely join our Discord and just know when the events are happening. We will ping in there about, you know, the community meetup, obviously. So if there's anything you guys want to know about the Discord or any suggestions you would like to give for what you would like in that kind of a Discord, please feel free. My DMs are open. And that's really it. We'll start putting invite links out starting next week. So with that said,
You kitten pics.
oh, thank you. I'll send you kitten pics back. With that said, this is the community meetup. This is an event we do once a week, every Sunday at 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. Pacific. So what this is an event where you guys can show off the worlds you're creating for VRChat and just kind of get general feedback or just kind of show off, do whatever you want. Couple things. This event is not affiliated with any sort of group or community. It is not a VRChat official event. It is not a prefabs event. It is just the community meetup. With that said, there's a couple of rules. I'm going to go over those, and then once that's done, I'm going to ask that you guys all gather in this square in front of the stage, where your names will then pop up on this list. Oh, Cyan, you're showing a world?
Nope.
No. So your names will pop up on that list. I will write them down. That is not the final order. I will kind of take that order as is, as I see it. But if you need to be shuffled around, moved around, time constraints, whatever, let us know. That is not at all set in stone. So that said, obviously, community TOS. Make sure to follow, the community guidelines in TOS. Please make sure the worlds you're showing are set to 40 users. That's just the max you can set. We can actually fit up to 80. Don't worry why or how, we just can. Please make sure your instance you drop, if you're showing a world, is a friends plus or invite plus, just one of the two pluses, so we can get people into the instance after the fact. If people crash, died, whatever, please make sure that the world you show do not deal with any very sensitive topics that may offend or have negative emotional impact on people. I know that's kind of vague. If you have questions about it, please ask. If you have a world that is excess of 250 megabytes, please let us know. You're fine to show. We just like bigger worlds towards the end, smaller worlds towards the beginning, so people with slower internet speeds can kind of bang through all of the smaller worlds as we approach bigger ones at the end, just because depending on how many people we have in a week, we can sometimes only spend maybe 10 minutes in a world. And, some people, 250 megabyte world is a 10-minute download, and by the time they're loaded in, we've already moved on, and that's not fun for those people. If your world is not ready to be shown, please don't show it. By that I mean please make sure there's a floor collider underneath your spawn. If you have any sort of time constraint, please let us know. We are willing to move people around. If you cross over that 250 megabyte rule, we unfortunately will not do time constraints for obvious reasons. Those are rules that kind of contradict one another. So if you cross over that 250 megabyte rule, we will not do time constraints on that, unfortunately. Please make sure your avatar is medium or better in the performance ranking. If it's not, we will ask you personally, we will approach you and ask you to change. Yes, if you do not see a little notification at the bottom of your screen, make sure you select CyanLaser's avatar, my avatar, as well as Faxnor's avatar. Just select this with your quick menu and select show avatar. That way we bypass your safety settings, because we've got tons of little notifications we can use to give you guys context as to what we need you to do to keep the event running smoothly. Last but not least, if you showed a world last week, please do not show in this week. If you show in this week, please do not show in next week. We have a little cooldown in place 1 week once you show a world, just so we don't have these massive lists of people just re-showing the same thing every week, as well as to kind of get some variety in there every week, and not just, as much as we'd all love to be here for 6 hours looking at everybody's world, that's just not feasible. So with that said as well, there is also there is a cutoff point that is 3 hours from now, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry, that was a lot. Yeah.
I forgot everything.
Okay, so welcome to the community meetup. This is a meetup we do no. All right.
Let's play the same song again.
So yeah, if you have something you want to show, run up in that square. If you forgot any of those, understandably, I will very aggressively remind you. I'm sorry, what is that, Blue Aces? I hear you speaking over top of me.
I'm very sorry. Can you kick me Super M-Star? He has a very poor avatar.
You need to use an optimized avatar, please.
Super M-Star. He has a poor
For M-Star, you're in a poor avatar?
Technically not poor.
M-Star.
All right. Hey guys, if you have a world you'd like to show, please run up into the square now. I'm going to start writing names down.
Your shooters are cool.
Awesome. Okay.
Wait, only 2?
I have one to show, but I don't have it, but I showed last week.
Should I show my 50 million polygon sphere world?
So is the
Let me just...
the limitation if we don't actually have things to show?
Please stand in the square then, please.
We were 2 people away from no one.
Okay.
We're gonna get that awkward day at some point
Table.
with no one shows up anything.
Copy, bot,
Oh, we got Valgan in there.
Valgan. Pika, PD. Is that everything?
So, Squid,
All right, so the list is.
I showed last week, so I'm not coming up this week, but I would like to show the New Year's Eve world if you have time for it. And want
Absolutely. You know what? Yeah, for sure. No, you know what? If we, so the cooldown rule is typically to prevent too much happening every week, too much of the same thing happening every week. And so I'll say if the list is too small, I will temporarily lift that rule. I think that makes sense.
Oh wait, I gotta edit my world on
Oh yeah, set it to 40.
Go do that.
And Prowler.
Squid.
Okay.
showing, Kyle?
So I'm gonna read back the list real quick, guys. Please make sure. Just make sure I got everyone. Table, Coffee Pot, Valgan, Pika Petey, Fiona, and then Prowler. Nobody else? Okay. So I'm gonna post that right now in the community meetup channel in the VRChat events Discord. I'm going to now pin it. There we go. Please keep an eye on that for when you are going. If you need to be moved around, let me know. Table, is there anything you need to say about your world?
I want to ask, how did you make those for your arms? Are they just kind of like socks and you just kind of like fold them over?
Okay.
Try walking out and come back in, please.
Step down and back up again.
Is that good?
Yep.
Yeah, they're good. Cool. Okay. I gotta apologize. I don't really have a world.
Oh no.
I figured that at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do a suite of benchmarks with like multiple different test groups. So I've done oh my god, give me 1 second.
Mom, I'm playing Roblox.
It's my turn on the Xbox.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've done tests with like just by myself. I've done with a few people. I would like to do a variable benchmark of the game's performance right now. I'm gonna bring you all the plank again. I'm gonna hide everyone's avatar. Just stand there and vibe. Like maybe we'll do like one where everyone's just not doing anything, don't say a word, and then one where all of you talk at once. And then at the end of the year, I'm gonna do another one, and we're just gonna see how far the game's come in that span of time. That's pretty much all I need. It's gonna take like 3 minutes. I don't have anything exciting to show, sorry. I mean, technically, Plank did get smaller since I showed y'all, but, you know, it's semantics. You know what? You know what? Actually, I also figure I might as well mention while I'm here. Some of you who are more attentive may have noticed that I tend to have this, tendency where I jump through portals physically. And I feel like there are two ways of being cool. You can either walk into the portal like a lame-o, or you can, you know? So here on out, I'm going to be starting a new guild of portal jumpers. Anyone who wants to enter, you can simply enter the right way by physically leaping rather than, you know, twiddling your thumb.
I have a question.
Be safe. Please be safe.
Also, please be safe.
My question is, what about those who don't have full body?
Well, if you don't have full body, it's okay. As long as you're able to physically jump, that's fine. If you're on desktop, no need to worry. All you have to do is, you know, either use an Xbox controller while you physically jump, or just put your little finger on the keyboard and just hop. Just make sure you're jumping. Let's put the portal down.
Immersion that counts in this game.
Cyan, you're so great.
A dog with a top
Cyan,
hat.
why is your icon gray?
And then a snake.
I'm a new user. I said it backwards. I'm a visitor. But that's not the button I wanted.
With the real Cyan.
Actually, don't please like. Isn't it like
I'm jumping IRL.
Come on. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Everybody's got the voiceover. I know.
I actually don't want to jump in, so I just walk in, you know.
You know what?
If it actually worked.
If it actually worked.
Hold on.
You can do it. Just be safe. Make sure you stand away from any walls.
I have a couch over there. I should. Honestly, it would be better if I just leaped into the couch.
I know why.
Wait, how are you supposed to do this? Wait, why'd I enter now? What? Okay. 4 kilobytes? No, it's not even 2 yet. Alright, I guess we're just supposed to vibe here now.
Oh my god. It is bright, I know.
Okay, one sec. Unshow, I need to get rid of all my exceptions.
I've been working on that for
Unshow, no! It's breaking the rules of the meetup.
You'll never be quiet now.
Hey, them keys.
Yes, he's bright.
Freaking coming at me. What do you run for?
Yes.
Aside from using normal, which is making me very upset.
Oh, thank you.
And yet I'm still getting 33 FPS in here.
Good, go good.
50 right now.
Me too.
Yeah.
I have a bagel.
Should we get the quiet, please? Or is like, wait, you can't see it because, you unshowed us.
Quiet, please. Or, I mean, I...
And,
Wait, did you put it up? I can't...
Squid put it up, not a...
Squid did.
Okay, cool. Everyone is a robot. Awesome.
Hey, son. Nice orange status.
Okay.
It says quiet, please.
Can I just say this is really true? I see 40 gray robots all staring at me at once. This is really
It's also blue still.
chick. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna get everybody in sight. Nobody move. Nobody say anything. Give me 5 seconds. Okay. Alright, now everyone start moving around while talking at the same time.
You just want us to move around and talk. You should realize that my status has been blue since I got into the community meetup hub. So it's like, your client is the one that's not actually updating right here. And I can't hear anything you're saying, so it doesn't matter. I'm just pointing my hand towards you. I'm actually curious on how people on the stream are saying this. It's like, can we even tell my voice from anything else? Should I be physically moving at the same time in this? This is going to be a really weird community meetup then, isn't it, today? So how's it going, chat? Is this going well? The randomness that is the community meetup here. Wait, where did the people go?
Hello. Just to ensure. Everyone stand around and don't say a word. Just stand there. Stand still, don't say anything.
Simon says. You're gonna put this on YouTube, aren't you?
I mean, it already is.
Okay, now I'm taking a picture. Cool. That's all I need.
Okay. Oh, I was in the way. It's off the course.
Away from the orange status.
I'm on blue.
I'm going to say marginal difference.
Wait, you are?
I've been on blue.
Standing still and everyone moving.
Well, no, you're on orange.
Are a bad thing.
I'm like, I have visual proof.
I'm gonna assume
Change.
I mean, I just changed it anyway, but like, oh.
Did you show me?
Yeah.
I think maybe a VRChat bug that
You guys can all gather around coffee pot, please.
failed in syncing it or something.
Yeah, it's the worst time to be
Over here, guys.
And now everyone's gonna learn.
I shouldn't have to explain this world too much. I think it mainly speaks for itself. I just wanted to make a note that there are buttons that do spawn physics objects. They're pretty clearly labeled. Maybe don't press those. Maybe don't press those while you're here.
Is that one of those
Because of
don't
how many
touch anything?
people are here. Just don't press the food buttons.
Someone's gonna touch me.
Now everybody's gonna.
I'm hungry.
You're making me hungry.
Doomed us
Yeah.
all.
I'm gonna make you a lot more hungry. Don't worry.
Dude, you know how hungry you're making me?
Might be a good idea to have the touch nothing warning.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Listen, we're going to a restaurant. We can't even get any food. We're gonna starve.
Oh, table, you ruined it.
So we can't jump into the portal.
I think table did. I'm not actually sure though. So, okay, looking at chat again, like you can't actually hear me louder than the others. Oh, Taco Bell. Oh, I just realized. You guys see black or blue screen? Interesting. Okay, so this is what it actually looks like for me versus interesting. Okay. The Steadicam does not reset the camera settings upon world jump. So it was blue on my stream. Like this world is blue. I remember somebody made that, like, somebody, yes, that was, Kid Cuisine made a canny on that, where it's like, yeah, find his canny, that was a pretty good one, but, like, yeah, that needs to be updated.
Yeah, sending them off tomorrow.
I wonder if you change the skybox, it also does it, or is, like, that already affected? Oh, I didn't jump through the portal, oops. So, table. Oh.
Yes.
I apologize for not jumping to the portal, but if you want to see something interesting, on my stream, the world was blue.
What?
So I'm using the Steadicam, like thing.
Yeah.
And so it uses the settings from the world you enabled it. And so in the community meetup hub, it was using the blue fill color versus clear, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because it's clear. It doesn't have an actual. Okay.
So yeah.
That's fun. It's the same reason why if you.
I jumped through the portal and it broke me. I blame you.
Jumping through the portal breaks life. I will take personal responsibility.
No, actually, it was very weird. So I jumped through the portal. The community meetup world was there. All the people went away, and I didn't go anywhere. I was just there in an empty world with a portal and not going anywhere. I had to restart.
I think that just happens. That's portals.
Yeah, that happens.
So I jumped through the portal and it delayed like 2 seconds before it actually sent me through it. So like I jumped through and then somebody noticed I didn't go through and they laughed at me. I saw them laugh. I didn't move and then I teleported and it's like,
That happens to me all the time. Portals are always.
Yes.
Yeah, audio just cut out for me just mid-sentence. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you can't hear us anymore? Oh, okay, you gotta restart.
Wait.
Hi.
Wait,
Hi.
and it's back.
Hello.
Oh, that's good.
That's weird. It's like what happens is like it feels like all your audio sources go to like some center point and then they slowly come back to you.
That is not what I heard.
And then you back to your avatars.
Interesting.
Someone should write a canny on that. See if we can find a way to get there.
My audio died entirely, and I had to restart.
Hmm?
Oh, you found it.
Wait, we're not supposed to use the food. Is it gonna? No, I actually want Taco Bell. Okay.
Do you want to get Taco Bell?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get Taco Bell next time we have dinner.
Wait, that's the old world. You didn't update it. No.
Wait, what's wrong? Is it not 4.18?
It's 4.14. I totally updated. That's the wrong world ID.
Kick some asses! Oh my god, how dare they?
Okay, I'm gonna go explore then.
Community meetup, and everyone
Everyone's gonna hate it. It's gonna be so good.
All right, thanks for the warning.
Pretty minimal. It's going to be very focused on the events, not trying to turn it itself into a community, just very much a hub for the community meetup. And as we go, there might be some more events in there.
Unless people just decide to go.
We actively said not to press the buttons.
Wait, were people pressing it?
You should put like a delay on it, like you can only press it every 30 seconds or something like that. Because then that'll guarantee that, you can't spawn a million of them at once.
I have legitimate
I don't want to go into the bathrooms of this skink-ass Taco Bell. I'm afraid of what I'm gonna find.
Oh, these are the buttons. Don't press those.
Oh, Mountain Dew pizzas? Oh no, they're buttons. Okay.
You got your chalupas, you got your nachos.
Lots of chalupas.
The food objects get removed when they touch the floor, and after a minute of being active. So, like, is that just to switch it shouldn't be too terrible as long as nobody spams the buttons.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, is this actually a thing? Employees lounge? Oh.
That's where you get the avatars.
Watch out, there's a lot of avatars in here.
Then it delays. Oh, there's a mirror. Okay, I'm going back out.
Ooh.
Similar way as if it's evolved from the original again.
I do actually kind of want Taco Bell now, and I hate that I do. But
I don't remember the last time I had Taco Bell.
So the problem is, I think I got DoorDash Taco Bell, and I got a Crunch Wrap, and the problem is by the time DoorDash brings you your Crunch Wrap, there's no crunch in the wrap.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Hey, Sam, I don't think you have to go to the toilet because we have a problem.
There's no bathroom?
A long time ago and never brought it back.
Oh, I was gonna say like.
There's no bathroom. That's the kitchen.
Yeah,
The
like.
bathroom is it's your head through. It's the kitchen.
You don't have the space for one. It just doesn't make sense. How does that fit layout wise?
Impossible space.
Welcome to VR.
Crabs are real. They are coming for you. Crabs are coming for you.
Yes, Sam, at one point I want to make a world with impossible space with the help of Udon.
Oh, hello. New avatar, I think.
More optimized. An excellent rating.
Very good. Or I guess
From us.
excellent.
Planetarians.
Because I gotta ask you the question that I have to ask everybody before we go to any world.
Yeah, I was planning on there being like 12 other people showing stuff off, so I would wait until the end so that there's a lot less people. Because it's a rather, well, it's going to be a little bit cramped, but it'll be fine.
You've probably been in smaller worlds.
No,
with more
I was
people.
Gonna ask if you need to gather people and say something, or do you just want to drop the
No.
and we just run in? Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, sweet. Can you add me to the list?
Oh, absolutely. I think you're already on that.
What?
Oh, no, sorry, you're not.
Is it the fireworks thing right now?
Yeah, well, it's possible. Best one piece there hits it. Oh, I know this person. They probably joined off of me. I'm gonna have to go explain what's happening to them real quick. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
There's a quest user. I just noticed that guy's a quest user.
How are they surviving in this? I'm at 28 frames.
That's what I was questioning, kind of. I was just like...
Hold on, is my avatar quest perform? Like, can I tell if my avatar's on quest? Oh, this one's not.
But yeah, I was just looking and I saw the quest icon because I was looking at... And then I was like, oh, that was unexpected.
I don't believe that we're probably barely audible to them based on the amount of audio sources.
Yeah, I can't. Very.
I mean, we're all robots anyway. I assume Squid's the only person not. I find it funny that their avatar is perf boss for me.
I'll have to join on them later and explain what hell they joined into.
We have 60 secrets right now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hey Cyan, thanks for your help last week. Sorry for being annoying in your YouTube channel. I didn't know that the friend requests were broken.
Oh wait, which part was that from? Sorry.
So this is Christopher in your YouTube
Okay.
channel last week. I was like, let me in, someone please let me in. I didn't realize the friend requests were broken, but thanks for your help and thank you for streaming because it's very helpful when my internet breaks.
I mean, that's one of the reasons like I am streaming because like this event is massive and not everybody can join these laggy instances. But yeah, it's no problem with that. Hopefully they do fix.
I'm live right now. Okay, well.
Yes.
Have fun.
But yeah, hopefully friend requests are actually fixed, which I think they have been.
For sure. Thank you.
Hey, this isn't Taco Bell.
No, it does not. No, this is just a humble stall.
Tacos are actually made out of real food.
Okay.
Wait, what? You don't have enough abstract food. Wait, where is your like abstract ones? Like, what would you eat?
The space ice cream.
Ah, space ice cream.
Plasma, I do.
So that's what you eat?
Yeah, one scoop of plasma is enough to last you for 10 years.
Okay.
It's like the oil cans for the robot customers.
Oh, I guess we missed the quiet please on that one.
Why is this here? Let me take it. Eat it. Are we going through? I don't get this.
Yes?
We are going through.
Is this like, did Valgan say anything? Because I missed that if he did.
Nope, they said they didn't want to say anything.
All right.
I don't know.
Coffee.
Let's see. Oh, this world. I didn't even dare get it. I didn't think I got close enough. Oops. I guess I jumped through. Pretend to jump. That was shaky.
What would have given you that impression?
Wait, is there actually stuff back here? Oh, I thought it was nothing.
Start clicking and go this way.
Wait, where is Valgan? Start clicking?
What are we clicking? Oh, there's something.
It is a mirror.
Good thing I didn't click it.
Considering things, my frames are actually okay. Considering.
Yeah, I know, it's not too bad.
At a nice 28.
Well, they made it optimized.
Now you can see, if you stand behind here, you can see if people are paying attention to the mirror and not, because you can see if they look at you.
I mean, that only works if I'm like not right at them.
Well, the mirror is right here, normally, when you turn it on.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Sana. Not escaping my view.
Time to jump.
Hey Fiona, you know what the platforming in this game is lacking? No, something called the Wile E. Coyote rule. Which is a thing in platforming when you are no longer connected to the ground. There's still usually like a couple of frames that you can put a jump input, and you'll still jump, even though you're technically not supposed to be able to. It's a little bit of a UX thing that people do.
I mean, it sounds like one of those like little details that they add for like the fun. It's like I never thought about that. Or at
This
least
game doesn't have it, which means that if you ever like try to jump off of a downward slope, for example, you have a bad time 100% of the time. It's
Yeah.
one of those things that you feel, but you don't necessarily understand why it feels so bad, and it's kind of built into the system.
That's interesting. I was just, so, for example, I just jumped from there onto there, and I didn't quite make it onto the top. And rather than sticking or sliding down, I slid sideways off of it, which is one of the things that I really dislike about the VRChat Udon jumping slider player controller system.
can I request that you actually make this at, what was it, Coyote rule? Just a world with that, just as an example? I assume with Udon you
If
can.
I was to, like, I do want to make, one of the things I was planning on making at some point with Udon is like a full player locomotion replacement thing. Like taking all these small things into account and adding like more features and functionality so that people can make fucking good feeling platformers and stuff, but that's also like it's way beyond me programmatically. It's something I know how to do like game design wise, but I can't program that for shit.
I mean, I'm more worried about the VRChat implementation because it's like there's stupid bugs that prevent it right now. Like the entire reason FaZe hasn't remade his system.
So, okay, in Udon, you can't change parameters in the player controller.
I mean, we have player mods, but we don't have other things. So like.
Okay, so like what he's
Replace it
saying.
entirely with the station.
What do you want to change?
I mean, just kind of general things.
That introduces other problems. Is like
Yeah, stations do.
You know that one world where where you're going up and down the sides of the world, and it's all like the gravity kind of shifts as you keep moving.
Mhm.
That has a lot of problems which I think are based around the fact that it's like using stations instead of using.
Oh, like the Escher's painting, Escher's stairs, right?
Well, that's like one of them, but I'm talking about the space station one where gravity is like. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems if you stay in that world for too long.
Hmm. I'm wondering what would happen if people actually stayed in the sphere for too long. I never thought about it.
We're not moving on quite yet, but before people show worlds, I just gotta ask if you want to like people to surround you so you can say something about it, or if you just want to drop the ball and let people go.
Yeah, I do want people to, because the story of this world is stupid.
I can write out what would make a good locomotion system. I just can't make a good locomotion system.
Tell everybody just to shut up and gather around.
I can tell people how to do it, but I don't know how to do it myself. So I'm bad at that kind of stuff.
Hello.
And now I'm just reminded of the dumb things to try.
Yeah. It's like one of many rule platform rules. Like there's the 1/3, 2/3 rule, which is like when you should hit a wall above your head. If only like a third of your player collider is beneath it, then it'll just slide off of it generally. Versus like one that hasn't really gotten programmed for that kind of stuff, which is
I mean, VRChat's player controller, if you give it large velocity, you just stick to the ceiling for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
This one is very basic, to say the least.
I mean, CyanEmu's player controller, which is like based on the first-person controller, like standard assets one, and it acts similarly in some senses, and it's just like that's what they do.
Yeah. It's funky business.
Yeah.
That being said, you can get used to it.
Well, yeah, you can definitely get used to it. It's just like, it doesn't mean it's good.
You could also implement the polycavity rule in its own ways. That wouldn't actually be that difficult to do. Just like leaving the ground for a certain amount of time, and you haven't jumped in a certain amount of time, you can jump again.
Oh, it looks like we're listening to PD in a second. Oh, gather what?
Do you want to come up and say stuff about your world?
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So, this world is really stupid, but I was working in my 3D program, and I was just like, subdivide, 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 and I'm like, oh, wait, lagging, subdivide again, and then I was like, I wonder if I could make this a VRChat world, and thus the 50 million polygon sphere.
Oh,
Wait.
I have been to that one.
Is this the picture from like Varnion's like presentation?
48 million polygons. Here's the thing. It's like a side of the sphere.
Heavy sphere.
That blows. I have been to that world.
Thank God I just
So, wait, do you remember Varnion's presentation at TLX? I hope somebody like does that joke. Wait, just go ahead, just go ahead. We're going in. We're going in, we're going in. Just go, just go. I can't even jump because I go in before I do. But yeah, in Varnian's presentation at TLX, he showed a picture of a orange orb, and like it was just orange, obviously. So in Blender, it's just kind of like a sphere smoother than, or as smooth as my brain. Oh, it just.
Wait a second. Wait,
What frames?
This is how the big. This is the exact opposite of this is what's gonna happen. Let's see.
Exact opposite of your world?
Yes. And real-time lighting. Couldn't get any.
The fact is, you can't tell.
Should I do a benchmark here too?
If you want. But that's like an interesting point. You know, you can't actually tell how smooth it is.
So the only reason they okay, so you could tell if you got up really close and looked at the edge, and if it is smaller than the resolution of your headset, and you could view you can see that the edges are smoother and but other than that, like you can literally have a cube
Or maybe use a
that you
debug
shade
avatar.
round enough, and it will look like a sphere.
Something shader magic.
It's entirely the same. Oh yeah, wires.
Other than that, 10 out of 10.
There's no jump. Why? Fine, fake jump.
There's a beer button. There's
A beer button? Did you just say a beer button?
Should have put some bones that like caused the Big Bang, but in VR form. It's gonna explode.
Shit keys. Oh yeah. So I had to actually figure out how to import a large asset because the asset from the FBX of the thing was 2 gigabytes to export it from 3 gigabytes. And then to get it into Unity, I had to figure out how to change the bitrate setting of an imported asset so Unity would actually ingest this.
Okay, I'm actually curious on that because like I've made a couple things that are like 100 megabytes, and then Unity's just like, I'm not gonna do anything anymore.
So you have to every asset in Unity is 16-bit. You have to turn it to 32-bit.
You don't have to turn it to 32-bit. It automatically does that in Unity 2018 for anything that's over 65,530. I don't know. There's one funny number from my TLX. 65,560. This world's up. But yeah, that's basically it. There you go. This is the world. You can animate the sphere, but I did put not a static object, so it's not cached in your GPU, so it has to re-render it, the entire thing, because it's animated. You know what I find funny? I still find it funny that I ran benchmarks here a few months back, and it was better to look at it in the mirror than it was to just look at it.
Oh, was that the disable pixelate setting?
Have you tried looking at it while it's rendering in the mirror as well? So you see it. Yeah, seeing it double twice, you're gonna die.
I mean, my GPU's in the red right now.
The frame times are too high. This is where it's
I'm at 100 CPU usages. Oh, there we go, some frames.
And the things that you do. Why?
I don't ask if I should. I just do if I can.
Subdivide.
Same, but in
Subdivide.
spoken like a true maniac.
Oh wait, can we just look through that?
Yeah, you don't see the just a ring.
You can't even see.
Yeah. Even on close up.
It's just solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see you later, bro. And we want to see.
We're not gonna see anything.
What's this? This fade out.
Still solid.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Just see a ring. Just clearly solid.
Is this a public avatar?
We basically see is the border.
The sphere tells the truth. If you're in the sphere, you can only see the enlightened individuals. Poe is one of them.
The enlightened individual.
Only certain people render from inside the sphere.
Wait, what?
Table's face.
Wow.
Like inside the sphere, it doesn't render everyone. Only certain people.
Donkey was doing a shitter toy.
You guys, we've defeated the spheres. We just sit inside it.
We defeat the sphere.
When you're inside the sphere, you can't see the sphere.
I don't know. I feel
I'm pretty sure it still renders the sphere.
Got a nice hefty 35 frames inside the sphere. This is nice.
No, yeah, the frame time's better inside by like 30 milliseconds.
Because the whole thing's cold, yeah.
Holy shit, my GPU dropped from 76 to 50.
I'm still at 94.
25 milliseconds. 25 milliseconds on GPU.
Well, I'm not saying milliseconds. I'm saying it wrong. I'm at 33 milliseconds inside. 60 outside. Yeah, it is 30 milliseconds.
Request a quest port of this world.
That will not work. I think there's a limit.
Wait. I'm pretty sure it only won't work just because of the size. 133.
If you use mesh compression and you make sure that the subdivided mesh is at like exact points where it's like 1, 2, 3, like in geometric space, super compressible, you can probably fit a 50 meg worth of mesh data in a world.
Is it actually the mesh making it 130 megabytes?
Yes. He did say it was a 2 gigabyte mesh in Unity.
So what's interesting is in here, who renders outside the sphere and who doesn't. So for example, I can tell where Prowler is simply because of her smoke.
Who is that? Oh, you can see Bento's nameplate. Not nameplate, but like name tag. And then Valgan's just shiny.
Hello.
And then Ribbon. So here's the party, I guess.
This is the party. It's kind of nice. Like I like the lighting in here. It's like,
Jason is saying someone should turn this into an avatar.
Turn the sphere into an avatar.
Download 100 and how many was that? 150 megabytes worth of avatars here. Ouch.
And then
That tomato just went right through my eyeballs.
Fiona,
Is it my turn?
it is your turn. Do you want to say things?
I always want to say things.
Actually, we need to myth-bust test this later, Barney. What if every vertex was at the exact same point in geometric space, but there were like 100 million vertices, but they were all at the same point? Oh, that's evil. Wait, actually, they don't have to be connected. You don't have to have faces. You wouldn't be able to see it, but it would all be there, and you could.
something shader magic.
No one heard that. No one heard that. No one heard that.
I'm sorry, I'm screaming.
He's gone back. No one steal that.
Over here, guys. Over here, guys.
There she is.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, next world is, a lot of you have already been there. This was the venue for the Prefab's New Year's Eve party. And so I'm just going to give a little tour. So I think a lot of people went to the party and you actually did what you're supposed to do, which is hang out in the rooms provided. But there's actually like a lot of other little things to explore. So we can just have a little tour. This world was made in about 10 days. And of actual like modeling. A few more days ahead of that was spent in kind of like discussing what it was going to be. The overall form of it was based on having done a lot of Friday parties and a lot of venues, kind of like piecing together what does and doesn't work for VR social spaces. And so I took a bunch of those design principles and tried to put them together into something. This is based on a sort of, so like I was talking to Kent Bai, who also has a lot of opinions on VR immersive architecture and that kind of stuff. And so he showed me this VRChat booth that had what looked like fractals. They're actually hyperbolic tessellations, which if you're bored this afternoon, look that up on Wikipedia. It's fascinating. So it's basically a fractal-like circular hub structure, and I took that in as sort of like a blueprint and realized if you stretched it around, it made a kind of neat tree, and that having to go with the Prefab's poster tree theme. So that's kind of like where the genesis of the world was. So I will drive a portal over here, and we can go check it out.
Sounds like some math stuff. Maybe a little further. My brain hurts.
Does it matter?
No, you just gotta jump through the portal and hit the sphere.
The sphere behind us.
Oh, black and white attire now?
I believe in you, Fiona.
Yeah, black and
Do you have a death wish?
Man, I have good internet.
It's on.
This
And
isn't
I have
going to
2
be a long
cameras
demo.
in it.
Alright,
Yes.
is it good?
Alright, jump
People?
through.
Yeah, good.
If you're cool. Oh, here we go.
It's not working.
World Strikes Back, we can't jump.
We gotta.
Remember, beautiful people, jump in.
But it didn't work.
Don't walk, jump. You too, Star, jump.
Okay.
Mighty Spoon. So this
How does it work?
and we just have
Cyan, you need to look directly into it.
I am!
Look into the eyes. See?
What's in front of me? Okay.
Oh my god.
Doesn't work. I blame table. Okay, what's going on in chat? You found world with
Use
avatars
it.
that large?
But it is very handy for the event space. We did some little posts here, and one of the things that I learned was to not set your gain too high when you have a FAR of 100. But yeah, so let me just kind of do a little tour once we get everyone loaded in. We'll give people a few minutes because it was 180 megabytes, mostly because of the screenshots.
You can jump.
You can jump.
We can jump.
It's so weird being here again after the end of the world.
The end of the world? Okay. Is that how you see 2020?
Well, when VRChat shut down.
Oh yeah, that end.
Wait, did VRChat go down?
When you got Thanos snapped?
Like, how on earth you did that?
Oh.
Okay, so I don't see anyone new coming in. Oh no, people are coming in to spawn. Never mind. Well,
Let's just
I'll
say
wait
the
a couple
jumping
more
didn't
minutes.
work. Jumping through the portals.
So, if you notice any issues, please let me know. I know that there's some missing normals, some bad light probes, and the audio player tends to stick. But I'm going to polish this up a little bit and make it re-upload it for public consumption, I think. But so yeah, if you see any issues, just let me know. It's a pretty simple world. So the only interactions in here are there's a teleport and the mic button. The hole in the floor is intentional.
Where are you, Squid?
We like it down here.
Where?
It's a secret trap hole.
Please do not jump down the hole in the floor.
Too late.
Wait, why?
Yet. What? Yes, I am aware of that. I'm aware of that face.
I can't believe he has been massacred.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna start the tour. So, this, because this was a very rapid world, I wanted to keep it very simple as far as the architecture goes. Also, I'm really bad at environments, and so mid-century modern, done. You guys want to make something easy? Mid-century modern, very simple. We had a lot of input from other prefabs members. The second floor is a gallery walk. All of the sculptures up there were made by Shaggy Mummy and Kizaragi. We have one by Kizaragi, which is very recognizable. The rest of them were made by Shaggy Mummy for Secret Santa, and they put them up here, as well as screenshots from the past year. So I think most people have seen also these sculptures over here. The ice sculpture is by Callie. And the Fred sculpture, which is in the room, is by Rubik over there. So we have the central hex here. We have four kind of like large hangout rooms on each side. And then let's first go to the teleporter down here, which is we have the main party space up here, and then over here we have kind of like if you want to get away to have a little quiet poetic moment with 30 of your closest friends. Let's all go head that way.
30 of your closest friends. I wish.
Fall down like a.
I like the
with it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even saw these at the event.
The water has no collider. No collider on the water.
It's deadly. You can actually drown.
Oh my god, people actually
Whoa, we could still have the tree.
Oh no, because I jumped through the hole. Yeah, I literally
This whole thing is just so original. It's like a game or like a movie like Harry Potter or something. Like it literally feels so original. Like
It
that's
has
crazy.
prefab apples. I want prefab.
I know. Hole and I was walking out.
They like implemented that so well. Like the prefab.
Oh, there's a collider down here. Okay.
When I was starting this world, this is the area I modeled first. And then I decided not to use it because I didn't have time. And then I said, screw it, I really want to do this. So I wanted you to actually spawn in here originally, behold the giant tree, and then go up to it. But that broke one of the design principles. One of the design principles of a good hangout spot is that you can rejoin and re-find your friends very quickly. So when you come into a world, you know where people are very fast. And so if you started here, you've got like, a good 20 seconds before you even know if anyone else is in the world. No, bad social design. So start up there. This is more of like a little Easter egg sort of thing. Okay, so let's go. We can either actually let's just respawn. Respawn from here.
Jump off the world.
Walk to the tree if you're on the world.
If you jumped off, you did it the right way.
Thing that I did to save performance. The particles are mesh particles, so they don't overdraw. We have thousands and thousands of leaves. If those were your regular particles that were transparent, this would be very heavy. So they're mesh particles instead that will save on your GPU. The second floor sculptures you can't see from here because they're disabled. So there's actually a collider when you go up will enable them because they're all kinetic sculptures with lots of lights and reflection probes and stuff. So those are entirely disabled unless you go upstairs. So at this point, let's go explore. If you want to see something you didn't see at the party, I suggest doing a little tree climbing. So go out the corner of spawn right there and just jump around on the branches, and there's you can climb the entire tree.
Huh. I already did that.
Yo, what's the table for over there? Yo, Bianca, what's the table for?
Table?
Yeah, there's a table over there in the brown. Boink. Oh, fuck.
So let's see, there's a couple of little Easter eggs, furniture things
There's one
out
right
here
there.
that you can find. Yes.
Spotted one.
Oh.
I don't think everybody's listening. They're just exploring around.
No, at this point they should just explore around, yeah. But yeah, here's one of our I think I've got like 6 of these. You can see there's one over there.
And over
I think
there.
there's one by the trunk. But you can see there's people down there too. And I think that's one of the things I really liked about this design was the fact that you can see stuff down there. I think I actually had to change the culling distance to make sure that didn't clip.
How big is this
Here's the edge of
world?
the world. It's not that big. No, I think it was probably the edge of the world I had to change so that the edge wouldn't clip.
Mm.
At one point, I was seeing clipping, but it is a big ass tree.
Yes.
I love looking out here. Look at all the people that climbed up high.
The nameplates. Where's the
Yeah.
highest point in this world?
There's probably 6 of them identically.
Just because of the
It's gonna be one of
tessellation thing?
branches. Yeah, because the way that I made each one of these things is I made a set of 2 branches and then I just rotated them around. So a lot of Control D, RZ 60. Control D, RZ 60. RZ 60.
Are there any other worlds after this?
Uh,
I'm just gonna be hopping around here.
I know there's one more. I think Varnian was added to the list.
Oh right, yeah.
No, Prowler and then Varnian. Varnian.
I think at this point I'm gonna respawn and just kind of like go through the rest of the rooms for the stream.
Should we get others? Should we get others to respawn or just?
Hi.
I don't know if you want to. So I think what.
Wait, hold on. Do you want to introduce like the whole like prefab tree over there?
Someone. One of my
Oh,
friends
yes,
recently
yes.
got VR, and I had to hang out with them.
You know what I should have done, and maybe I'll do this, is put in the rest of the tree posters.
Oh.
Right. So
Yeah.
this is the third one where it got really big, and then have like 1 and 2 to sort of show how it grew.
Mhm.
And then the prefabs thing. I'm really I need to put the music credits in. I've contacted the artist to see if I can have the music in here as downloaded files instead of
Mhm.
the YouTube player, which breaks if the master sucks. But yeah, prefabs tree. I also want to put the chandeliers. The one thing that I really wanted them to move and tinkle. I just didn't have time. So I think if I've got a little bit of spare cycles, I may do that for the public version, make them move and tinkle. They could be a particle system, I wonder. I think they could. I should try that.
I was gonna say I could also suggest Shader, but
Oh, Cyan, could you make me a shader?
I've been down to win one finally. Because someone in that center really started to make my game go quick and quick. And within time, maybe that's the thing that caused it to crash.
I don't know that I caught most of that, but okay, we'll just keep moving.
Yeah, I'm just
Actually,
wait, you never even toured the other rooms.
I'll start over here. Okay.
Can Blue Aces please come to reception? Your mum is here. She brought you a fresh pair of shorts after you peed in yours.
Dude, crabs are cool.
Fuck's sake.
Crabs are just cool.
I guess this is what's gonna be the
That's
meetup
all I'm
now.
gonna say. It's a simple message.
I think for the
You don't
public
like
version,
them,
I will
you're dumb,
disable
you're
the...
lame, you're
Yeah.
foolish. You're an uncool fool.
I like turtles.
Crabs are cool.
Dude, guys, cool it.
There we go. Turn it off.
Describe dispute by.
No, I'm not doing it.
Who said this?
Wait, what?
I was just.
Weird that you like crabs. You told me that Kratos was showing off.
It looks really nice.
The correct way to do this, the correct way would be to make a nice atlas and merge them all and make their UVs. No.
Okay.
I said, hey people, give me screenshots. They gave me screenshots. I put all those up, and I took each one and just dragged each one onto a painting, and then moved on because it was 4 a.m. and I needed to finish. So don't do that.
Oh, no, I know. Because I was going to do with all my paintings, I was going to put them on one atlas, and I was just wondering if you did that too, because I thought that would be better using one.
Honestly,
instead of all.
I don't know that it is. And the reason is because the way that I put them up there was specifically for occlusion culling. So they're pretty low draw calls because they're all culled. You only ever see like 5 at a time, and so that should be fine.
That's why.
And if you have a giant, and each one of those is like a 2K image. I don't remember. I think I clamped them each to 2K. The atlas for that would be freaking enormous to hold in your memory. To have like 75 of them, right? So you would still want to break that down maybe, and have each section to be an atlas.
Okay, so if you have everything in one atlas, is that using like your RAM to generate that over and over and over again, or is it just loads once and that's it?
It
I don't know.
loads once. It loads once, but it's a lot of memory.
Okay, so is it like does it take like memory to like download memory, or memory in like when you're in the world it's draining your resources memory, or is it like memory is when you're loading into the world?
Constantly. All of the above.
Probably the latter.
All of the above.
Ask somebody who actually knows tech.
What we're talking about though is
The
ladder.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what you're trying to frame that holds up that sphere.
That's what I was saying. As soon as you start
Yes.
talking, I was like,
It's
dude,
an
I just
occluder,
explained
so
it
if
to
I
you.
stand in its people disappear.
Oh, neat.
Aaron.
It is
Oh,
very
neat.
likely. So I took a lot of shortcuts because of time. So this is probably the whole thing is an occluder.
Location you're
Let me
in.
see.
So for example,
Yeah,
like if you have a couple paintings that are next to each other where you're looking at them, then you can do that as a smaller texture. You don't want everything on one. That's a huge amount of VRAM. And obviously you would want like you can get away with not having everything on one, but maybe like a couple paintings that are next to each other you have in one atlas. So then if you're looking at any given one at a time, then that's just one material.
Let's say if everything let's say you have a bunch of different atlases, but every object in the world only has one material on it, right? Is that good? If every object has one material, but there's still a whole bunch of them.
I want to use that shape, and so I use.
Because I have some objects that have like 5 material on them or 8 materials on each object. So if I can get that down to one material on each object, would that be good?
Motif, and it just fit in
One
with your
material
geometry.
for pictures. Yeah. Like you mean like a material slot or?
Yeah, one material
What's that?
slot for each object.
Oh, is that an
I want to mom bring me a.
Optimizing, because I'm optimizing that world that has 13 worlds in one in it. And it's pretty big.
It's literally 850.
I can bring it down to at least 400 megabytes. Because it was like the music textures.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the crystal. I'm still using the old sparkle matte cap from the jewel pin, but with the new crystal shader you sent me. Well, you sent me the link too, and I purchased. Wait.
Cyan, is that you?
Here's what you do here.
No.
Because of the way the shape
Callie actually made this, so I have no idea who it is.
looking at the back faces of things.
Yeah, you can see that Callie says right there.
Picking the prefab from the tree about a dinosaur.
You can see that there's a simpler inside.
Does the prefab have a seed in it?
With many small faces and then back faces.
The seed of
to
creativity.
If this had no object inside, it would only go to the other side of the sphere. Works very well for like jewelry. Works shit for like large objects. So for example, on you would want to have another version of your mesh inside with the flip normals to kind of like give the so
You have a reverse
and also
outline.
scale matters. Like for example, if you get too close to this, it stops making sense, and you just see the like image, the fake refraction image inside. So you kind of want to keep things small, high faceted, and far away. It may not work super great on like a head.
Yeah.
If there's no collider on the table, I can't see the top of the table because I'm too short.
Okay.
Yeah, so another thing that got cut from the world was colliders that you turn on and off.
Is this medium? Okay, good,
So
this is
normally
medium.
these would have colliders with a switch somewhere to turn them on and off, and no time, so I just turned it off.
I mean, I'm okay with this because that means like.
You just OVR yourself.
So
just
be a creep.
the table.
Yeah. So for the audience for this particular world is advanced VR users, of which most of them have place-based movers, so that's why we turned medium performance. This was originally an ice shader with a big refraction in it, and that was very VR unhappy. So this is not the original material that the artist used. I took some liberties and put the gem shader on it. The glass floor here, silence fake glass, and this was a mistake. This was a mistake at first. I accidentally applied the window material to the floor, and in another part of the world, and I took some people here originally, and they're like, "Hey, that's really cool. You should make a glass floor." So
That was a mistake.
What the? If I get in like a right spot,
Are you good if we move on in the next
yep,
couple
we can move
minutes?
on whenever you want.
Awesome, perfect. I'm gonna respawn.
if I get in the right spot, the sphere, like the groundwater, kind of disappears. If I get in the right spot and tilt my head up.
Hooray for inclusion
It
calling.
could be. Yeah. One of the problems with having this whole dome being a clear.
True.
Not necessarily zero, but approximately.
Thoroughly impressed.
I'm good. Going with the choice of LODs will disappear.
I'm just like trying to.
So honey much. Honey much?
Yeah, but the thing is that
I think so.
Ross is going to have to discover.
Prowler.
It's gonna be Prowler's World. They're dropping the portal right here. Hey guys, can we clear out here? Can we clear out here? We're dropping a portal.
Yeah, and your CPU has to calculate those back again as you go forward at that bits which you don't want, because that will cause problems, especially if it becomes cooler here.
That's why, like.
Can we win?
Still doesn't work.
You know the drill.
Table. Doesn't work for me. How do I do it? Okay, that time it worked. I don't know if I can keep doing this every single time. That's a big world.
Slap on my hand.
Oh god.
Oh, this is
There we go.
vehicle.
My
Nice.
game is panicking.
Don't tell me the trees also have real-time lights.
How do you work it?
Everyone's loading in. Everyone's loading in.
Oh, God.
Don't tell me the trees have real-time light too.
No, I can't move.
No, we can't ride it.
Yeah, everything's a shadow.
How
cast,
Canadian.
How Canadian.
Oh god.
What's the sound effect? Is there music?
To turn the key live there now.
I don't hear any. I know there's some like
Humming, yeah.
forest ambience. I just heard a crow.
Turn your world volume up. It's this ambience. That's the thing I should have said.
There's an optimized
Ambiance.
too. In having music here at any point.
Ambience?
No.
You are very much in the right place.
Okay, that's fair.
Just no. Disappointing offer.
I love it. You're like,
Hello, Joe. Bye.
yeah, when are you using an optimized
I gotta make a sequel to it. The 1000.
I feel like there's no snow sound. Wait.
Off you go.
Hey, Prowler, what does this level of snow sound like?
There's a lake over here.
Snow doesn't make noise, Cyan.
No, I would assume there's wind.
Oh no, not that much wind. I think.
So let me give
I
you
think that's one of the things about snowfall is it's sound deadening. So when it would actually, like, if you were out here during the winter when it sounded like this, it would be creepy in that it's really like the soft snow really deadens sound.
You wouldn't be able to hear crunching footsteps though.
Well, there's a suggestion.
Because I thought about putting it in, but it would have annoyed the hell out of me, so I didn't do it. Every time I moved, your crunch, 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 it would have drove me nuts.
Well, so it depends on the kind of snow, right? Sometimes you get the squeaky snow, and sometimes it's got a crust, and when you actually crunch on it, and then there's like the soft, fluffy snow that doesn't make any noise whatsoever. So like.
Right. Yeah.
And
don't give me a hard time, okay? I have a Devour couch. I just got the couch, and I haven't put any credits up, so please don't. This world's just been thrown together.
Do not worry. Do not worry. So I put the license on there, and I don't actually care. Well, I'm not going to enforce anything.
Just saying.
I'm just happy to see things used, honestly. Everyone's got over in that point. Like, what's over there?
So there's a big lake.
You know what's weird is like I haven't been in a snowy place in winter in a really long time, but this feels very nostalgic to me.
Awesome. Are you from a snowy place?
Yeah, rural Illinois. It does get snowy there. Not often.
Is that the Skidoo over there? I guess I just... They passed us.
So here, if you look carefully, there you go. There you go.
What?
Cornfield.
Does he sink? Is he sink?
I don't know if it's synced, but I'm like standing on it.
Rural Illinois, like I lived outside of
I'm standing on a fish.
You're looking at a fish.
like the Tip.
I have a tip.
Is that shader wiggled or is it like just animated?
From the real-time lighting that works.
Oh, I see it now.
Take the players from the real-time lights, then you got no shadows.
I'm curious.
Yeah, but do you want the shadows? Do you want the shadows? It's pretty. You have the shadows for the environment itself. Player shadows can be lacking.
Yes, they can. Yeah, this world only normally holds about 20 people normally.
I think it's a suggestion typically only for the meetup version, which sometimes isn't always the case.
Oh right. Yeah, I just quickly switched it from 20 to 40.
Yeah, it's understandable.
So, I apologize. I would have brought it up earlier, but I didn't notice the medium or better avatar rule. Do you have one that's medium performance?
This actually is actually in that state. It's just that I have a real-time flashlight that I can turn on that is disabled right now.
So the rule itself is typically what VRChat like shows. Like it's nothing to do with like how the actual avatar is.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I don't really have one at the moment, unfortunately. Sorry.
Handles on the site.
You're welcome to say, would you mind switching into just a public one? I apologize. Somebody brought it up when we spawned in, and then they gave me shit. Because apparently they were like, I told you multiple times. I was like, I don't know, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cyan?
No, it's
Cyan,
okay.
did you see that?
What?
Even that's no. We have had like a pink thing under the.
Oh, that's just the nutbed. Like the scripts used in the standard asset car creates a trail renderer, but that had no like material. So that's what it is.
So, and I remember you mentioning that if we even try to, like, outright disable it, it would just cause the vehicle to be completely unusable all of a sudden, I think.
So it spawns something? I don't remember what the material is. So it's like, there might just be something that needs to be set in the prefab.
Are you talking about the wheel effects?
Yeah, the wheel effects like the pink trail. Because we just didn't set a material.
Yes. Yeah, you have to set an invisible material. Yes. I think that's a Unity version shader breaking issue, so it's like a legacy particle or something like that. Like that shader doesn't exist in Unity by default, and it was a default material. So.
I think that's just.
This, oh, sorry. I was gonna show you around a little more. I think this is fine then.
Nice. Oh, a cabin.
You got a cabin. You got the nice big. I actually did it, so you can actually take the skidoo all the way up there. Your car.
I see a bunch of people up there. Of course, the highest point.
Oh, yeah,
Driving
do you see?
skidoo on the side. It's pretty difficult, but you can get up there.
Hey, you have your own murder cabin.
I do.
I was just going to.
I own a murder cabin in rural Illinois. I haven't been there in a very long time.
I've seen pictures of it.
It is smaller than this one.
We got the big lake.
We have a roast table. Wait, where's Paimon? Where's Soft? Soft was Paimon. We need to cook some snacks. Oh, we have an ice fishing dock over there?
Sort of, yeah. There's three fish in this lake. They're very hard to see. They're a lot bigger. There's a different colored lake over there, and then there's way open area out there if you just want to boot around on the skidoo.
What's funny is I think a lot of people do make Unity Winter Worlds. This one feels the most accurate, and I can't, even though like it's...
It's the sound.
I don't know what it is. It's very accurate.
Thank you.
It has that crisp winter feel as well.
Canada and Canada.
I saw the A.
I was going to do maple and syrup as the two vehicles originally, right? So this one's A and the other one's Hoser.
Nice.
We've been pet by 2 robots before.
So, in here all I got is a movie player and your couch.
Wow. Yeah, this we got... Yep.
It's cozy-ish.
Thank you.
You need to add a table.
I had a table, yeah, I thought about it.
Wait. Just have
some
seat.
central heating, otherwise it'll be perfect.
There we go.
Add an entire coal power plant.
It feels... I literally feel cold right now.
Awesome. Then I nailed it.
You know, I just realized what's missing here. Yeah, I don't know if you already set one up. Is there like some sort of like a fireplace or a stove in the cabin? Or
No, not in here. No, there isn't. Because it was supposed to be abandoned, a derelict building, right? That was the point.
Yeah.
But then it was just nothing in
Yo,
it.
Simon, come here. Come here, I got a surprise for you. Come here.
Except you know that this sofa is just full of mouse poop.
Exactly.
No, like a cabin like this is basically just full of mice.
Yeah, they're pretty hard to manage. Can confirm, we do have a cabin, and we do have mice.
Oh yes.
Further north, in an environment kind of like this, and there's no mice problem. We have like flying ants and stuff, but no mice.
Yeah. Our cabin tends to be where we put our old furniture.
Reading comments here. ASAP, what platform are you on, and what safety settings? Because those both like change depending on that. If you're on Quest, you probably will not be able to see most avatars just because of PC only, where like avatar creators need to actually build a version for both PC and Quest. Otherwise, safety settings is just kind of, you get to choose what you see, and if you know, these defaults hide to like the avatar section or like performance based medium or
yeah.
Oh, I guess it already changes.
It's right on a lake, though not superior. So
Are you freezing too?
You Photoshop and Blender?
Why do I have Photoshop and Blender open? No wonder my VRAM has been maxed the whole time.
Wait, why do you have benchmarks now? Yeah, we're gonna do benchmarks.
I never actually checked how my VRAM is, but
Does that mean you just destroyed the benchmark?
You destroyed the benchmark, dude.
no, I can't actually do that.
Yeah, you dummy.
You destroyed the
Your
benchmark.
test.
Your
The
test.
test that we were doing at the beginning.
But I was checking in. I took a. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh my god, what's happening?
Maybe it was an accident.
Program. Not of any of the other ones.
It might have been delayed by the others, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, bandwidth throughput.
Oh.
Nice avatar, to be honest, mate.
Thanks.
I wish more people did the more realistic cartoon style avatars rather than just anime or furry.
I think it's just like a lack of people making bases and such.
Oh no, yours is good too.
Thank you.
I'm saying, I'm hoping in the future the art direction changes a bit.
I think it all depends on like what, you know, people's skills. I don't know. What's Wikipedia saying?
I was gonna just have a normal adult male avatar. Turns out those don't exist.
Very poor. Ow.
And then I found this and it was funny, so now it's my avatar.
Do you have an animation?
Yeah.
Do you speak?
But I'd have to get like a bunch of people. That's gonna be a formal.
Oh, that's cool.
That was
Looks like that because you worked for Facebook.
the values for the informal meetup test with the balance. Organize a bunch of people together.
I don't actually have any.
The pig's winning. The pig's winning. Oh shit!
We're going through. We're gonna go through the cabin. Oh, I guess you are.
Something about this.
We jumping. Don't mind it. We jumping.
I mean, this is one way to get a tour of the world.
This is cool.
What are y'all writing?
Would you not see it? Oh, you have to show Pick Petey's avatar.
Oh yeah.
Invisible to me. It's probably blocked.
It's an avatar from Pick Petey.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh, this is a nice avatar.
Hi.
Where did your camera, Petey? Wait, it keeps going? Bye.
Wait, what?
Oh, we're going back.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Why are people just on the floor?
Sliding around. He slips.
Doing the dinosaur. They slipped in the sky, looked real cool.
I'm not insured, so if anybody gets hurt, I'm sorry, but I'm not insured.
No, you mad lad? Getting on the floor IRL?
This way.
What? You deal with it.
Holding it and moving around.
What was that?
He's doing it.
So is Andre doing that, or is the emote doing that?
I wish.
When something is hard, I actually consume
He was just like, who needs a die emote? We can just do it the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way, with trackers.
I need to take a picture of this now. This is too good.
It seems like a boring stream just to look up at the sky. Hmm?
What are we looking? Lounging on the ice, I see.
Yes.
We're relaxing on the ice. Feeling a little overheated.
While Andre just like dances around us.
Like a murder investigation now.
Somebody get the caution tape.
Wait, hold on. I have an old avatar that I never rigged. When spring comes, you'll thaw.
I just see like my own like point of view here.
Now we need one of those suspense music, you know, the build up to show hints of what to expect in the series. And then they show one shot.
I told you not to drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, did you drink it too?
There we go.
Oh, that's right.
He's signed. Oh, he does
Yeah.
too. Wanna see a fun bug?
Sure.
Here, I'm gonna use the die emote. I'll go through the
Oh no,
whole thing.
Vagan died.
Once I'm in this state, I'll leave the menu, and then I'll jump.
Alright, boys, we gotta work on our
Now, I'm standing again.
Your legs are broken.
Right, the die emote is still like technically playing. So whenever I lose control over my IK, like say when I'm landing on the ground, I go back into the die pose.
That looks awkward.
It's like you're doing the trampoline sit jump.
Yeah. Like you spread your legs and then you fall.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I have to go back in and turn off that emote before I can do anything.
apologize. Everybody has to get up. I'm sorry.
No, we don't. I could still be on the floor here. What are you talking about? Squid, we don't have to get up.
Right there. He said he bullied us.
Yeah?
On New Year's. Barney.
That's fair.
Hey, Squid, don't mind me. I'm just sliding into
He said he
DMs.
bullied us.
Yeah, it's definitely
Alright, where's Barney on?
behind you.
Behind you.
You didn't bully us.
Go away.
Over here, guys.
Alright.
Okay, 2021 is here, and I was running through a lot of worlds during New Year's Eve, and unfortunately I have to say that not a single world's fireworks really filled a certain void in myself, because I used to work on professional fireworks shows, and there is nothing that can replace the feeling of being right next to a firework mortar going off for 10 minutes straight. So I kind of wanted to replicate that in VRChat and make it a prefab. So I'm working on a prefab that allows you to create fireworks shows physically. You have to grab the shells, you have to build the mortars, you have to build the racks themselves, you have to wire everything, and you can sequence your own fireworks. And in this world, to whoever understands more about fireworks, the basic representations of 3 different types of fireworks in this world are crosset, crackling willow, and strobe. and this is for now. This is just testing the performance and how much we can handle. So I will be just spamming a few of them, and we'll just gonna have to see how well it holds up. This world is created in like half a day, so don't mind. It's just a plane. But let's just go see how it's like. And just adjust your volume to your liking. It's gonna be pretty loud, so you're gonna definitely want to adjust that. It should be, in the end, you cannot touch anything at all.
Wait, we cannot or we should not?
There isn't anything to touch.
There is nothing to interact with.
Mm.
So yeah, let's
What
just
keys should I
enjoy the
click on my
show,
keyboard?
and let's see where it goes. None. It's
We are all going to die.
More than we did in the sphere world?
Get away from him.
Apologies, I'm
I
gonna
don't know
ride
if I
through
like
the
the
portal.
prospect of this world.
Wait, Petey, are you just gonna bark the entire time? Why are you going with us?
100 million
I don't know. Because everyone else is going. I must follow the humans.
Pretend to jump.
Oh my god.
Seeing comments. I'm not entirely sure how many worlds are left. I think this was the last one listed, but let me check Discord anyway. Bento is the last one after. So yeah, just one more. Bento was saying they just started making a world, and I kind of want to show that off. Wait, sound. It's gonna be. Where's?
Can we get a nice little countdown together from 10 to 0?
In sync? Sure.
What is sync?
Break our audio.
I can count that high.
Alright, you ready? 8,
7,
6,
7,
5, 4,
29, 83.
Nastya, what did you do?
Just inspecting the
Yeah, those are good.
with my head. Just the starting sound.
I know.
Oh, the smoke left over. Uh-oh. Take roll off your particles.
Yet. One question is, could we not have these directly above us? Because that like hurts our neck.
Billboarded particles.
It's only the smoke though, isn't it?
True, yeah.
Varnian, where did Varnian go?
Over here.
Most realistic fireworks I think I've seen. Yeah, you just have to take a roll off your smoke. But the sizzle and the smoke and like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they're awesome. Can they put high explosive?
Am I crazy or did you reduce the bloom since this morning?
I lowered.
Yes. Yeah. No, this used to be like squishy level bloom.
So you can up the emission on your particles and lower your overall bloom if you don't want people to look like this, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey.
It's just lower a half a day test. I just want to test
Cable.
Oh, totally.
other
No, these are
performances
great. Do
on
more. Do
Can I
more.
send you a friend request?
Okay, I apologize
Play the
for
same
all,
song again.
Performance issues.
Cool, just sent it.
Oh yeah, fully raw.
Wait, did you just keep going? GPU go burr.
It was like a slow freeze for a moment.
just have admin controls because you're world owner, or?
My name.
Okay.
You know, I think
okay.
the only thing that this is missing is the little bits of mortar that come raining down after they explode.
They made a fireworks world, Barney, and I am shamed.
I think it might work better with
What?
Yeah, but this is cool. I like this.
I am shamed.
Yeah, but this is
Your
Udon.
fireworks is better. Well, okay. So the point of my fireworks world was basically because I noticed that all of the SDK2 fireworks were the same firework, just going over and over. So I wanted to make a randomizer system. So the fireworks themselves are not particularly interesting. It was more about randomizing them. But these actually look like real fireworks.
They do.
That's cool. Wow. Yeah, I just want to make this a prefab so that everyone can make their own fireworks shows, and basically just have the two options: making a sequence show for a more optimized world that will just have the fireworks as a background, or you can just make it the main attraction, or you can make your own build yourself show world that allows you to
So I
have
a question for the one that like sparkles as it comes down, that flickers a lot. How did you do that? Is that a animated texture?
It's just a particle effect that will it's just a child subemitter.
Oh wait, so the ones that are that flash rapidly off and on. I don't know what you call them. They don't have a trail.
Yeah, basically every single flick there isn't a single trail being used in this version, and every single flickering is made with subemitters.
Oh, okay. So the ones that go flash, 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 those are sub-emitting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can't do that in your color over lifetime won't let you do that much.
Yeah, it's only 8 points, so this is it just flickers. It just spawns new particles that just go one time up and one time down, and that's it.
Neat.
I took nice screenshots. Actually, does anyone want to have the picture taken while the fireworks are going off in the background?
God damn it, Pete.
Hey, Taylor.
How are you aiming them?
Sure.
Are they just they have set directions that they Okay, so they go wherever these things are pointed?
So basically, every single mortar is packed, and they are queued. So basically, I can just launch every single row.
Is this what it would look like in real life?
That's what they look like.
Well, so I've only seen up close what my brother-in-law's done with like the kind of amateur fireworks you can get, and all of those were just like he had a big plywood board, and each one of them like you kind of attach to the board, as opposed to like having a stand like this.
This is what
so basically on bigger shows, they build actual mortars like this, which are framed, and then you can align them any way you want, and then every single mortar is wired individually. So in every single mortar, there is a shell. In this case, those are 6-inch shells, and they're flying up to like 300, 400 feet. And I just want to make everything as accurate to real life as possible.
So freaking dangerous, though. I'm just scared to be next to them. Like, that's a lot of body parts.
It was awesome. like nothing will literally replace that experience.
So
Years
I have
ago,
a question.
the first time.
Barn? Because I've got an interesting idea. I was watching an episode of Air Races one night on, I think it's like the History Channel or something like that, and they were talking about the Lancaster bomber crews that flew the night missions over Europe in World War II, and they were talking about the flak and stuff going off around you. Is there a way to create an effect like that in VRChat, where it's basically kind of like a ride where you're stuck on this airplane, you got flak and stuff going off around you?
They would need to emit light.
So what?
Sort of, yeah.
Because I would like to do that. I
think they need to emit some kind of light.
I guess you could do that with volumetrics.
These already do emit light, though, I think. You could see the smoke light up.
A light source.
and have them light up surrounding. Because that's the flat cannons before was so that you could you could see where the bullets were and
Do you
also
think?
where
Do you
the,
think
where
it's
the
actually like got a light source up there?
I mean, we can ask.
Because
No,
like
I don't think so.
if they're additive and it would look like it's lighting up, is that not actually a light on those
Are they
particles?
actually going off? Have everyone within a certain distance have a very small
The thing is,
amount
we
of
need
control
haptic suits that, you know, when there's explosion near you, like punches you in the gut.
Fiona. Basically, I have a separate particle emitter, which is just indicated for the smoke, and the smoke will initially be red, and then just fade to black. So basically, it's just a particle emitter building up on top of each other.
Got it. Okay.
For like 1 minute. So no real-time lights. I originally wanted to do some. This is just a little better way to do that, and it's much more reliable.
Yes.
On the cloud.
Wait, I got a knife I need sharpening.
Yeah, shoot all of them.
I feel very dangerous standing here. Whee! Oh boy.
Yeah, some of them did like to render on top of each other when we did that many of them.
Can you imagine somebody doesn't realize these are active and he's sleeping right there?
Are we moving? Do we have more worlds?
One more.
One more.
One more. Can we all get around Bento, guys? Around Bento. Over here, guys.
Possibly, and then when you get near them, they're gonna go off.
Bento.
Having some life to them.
Once everyone's
One little
quiet,
man,
we'll
you've got
realize
this.
we're together, and then we can start speaking.
I'm using speech-to-text text-to-speech technology.
Yes. Oh.
Nice.
Teach technology. Sorry if I say the wrong words. I learned how to make worlds last week and modeling last week, so I'm very new to it.
Oh boy.
Oh, shuddering in anticipation for the next line.
I am inspired by the world creators and the 4-pointing, so I want to make my own.
I like this person already.
Oh yeah.
World my own models from scratch. I hope to get some advice from everyone to make the world look better.
More particles than the fireworks.
Green.
This world is work in progress, so there's not too much, but I hope it will be good in future.
Guys, slow down with the particles, please.
I put
No
four
more
down.
green.
Pizza.
Pizza works for me, okay? I love pizza.
More pizza, please.
Someone enjoy pizza.
If you're a beach particle.
Pizza, please.
Bento box. That's that name. Okay, what is the technique to actually go through the portal?
Okay, so it's really simple. All you sort of have to just do is like.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. So.
Can I have some actual advice?
You just have to face it, make the sound with your voice. That helps. And hope VRChat is in your favor. I don't know. Roll the dice. You also have to be a little behind it. You have to like start further away and then.
That actually worked. Just like jut into it. But the name of this world, Bento Box.
Forget Neptune.
Like during the new DJ time slot or whatever.
Avatar loading. Oh no.
Booked me for
You know what? I just realized something. One of the problems with solar system representations is it is almost impossible to have a solar system represented to scale in real life because the distances and the sizes involved are impossible to see. Right, so if you'd have like a grain of sand as one planet, and a mile away you'd have another grain of sand as another planet. You could do that in VR.
Yeah.
Like you can actually like get people have an idea of the real scale. Like
There's a world that does that.
This is cool.
Sarah, what's it
Where,
called?
like,
I want to
yeah.
check it out.
I don't have it in my favorites anymore, but it like actually animated the planets like scaling up, and it went out as far as like a couple big like larger suns, and you could like it would slowly go through the scale, and then at the end it would just have all them laid out, so they were just stupid huge off in the distance, and you could no way ever walk that far. But yeah, I cannot remember. I have to look for it.
Didn't the city also do something like that? Which is still not as practical, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, because everyone thinks about the solar system models as being like looking like this, right? And like that's completely inaccurate. Like that's.
The distance is very much between
yeah,
the
so
planets.
the orbital distances here and the scale of everything is not accurate at all. If you actually had it accurate, you couldn't see it all.
We're not that close to
I
the
kept it in my queue actually. I kept it in my queue. Hold on, I'll send you the thing.
Oh yeah, where is Bento?
I think he's in his building. At least we
Oh,
saw him.
okay, let's go to the building.
I'm working on building it all back up and actually getting
Oh,
it like.
missing the tour.
Wait, Bento, does your avatar do you right?
Oh my god. Oh no.
Yes, this is a bento box. Yes.
The giant.
Okay, just walking in this room though has given me like intense goosebumps. I don't something about the red. Like my body is just crawling.
We are the food.
Okay.
Oh
Who is that?
I assume it's Andre.
That's
Yeah,
Andre.
Andre.
It's Andre.
I remember he favored all those avatars.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's over here.
Flat.
I want to sleep on this thing.
Everybody's coming
I want to like sleep on this thing.
I want to go to the other corner. Oh my god.
And now I'm running on a PowerPoint.
Oh, Fiona.
Oh, she's.
Silly Monster wants to get in on the community meetups. Like, how does someone from outside get in?
Maybe later I can show you two of the world
just
I'm
show
working on that.
Is there like a world that we start from?
Hello.
Yeah, so there is the events Discord, but they are moving next week to a new Discord. I'm gonna say probably go to the events Discord to find the link to the new Discord. Community events, or sorry.
You can just go to vrchatevents.com, which should have a link to the Discord itself, and then you find the community meetup channel, which that's where we post pretty much all our announcements and such. For, yeah.
And this is just like open for anyone. Who
Yes.
wants to.
Anyone, yeah.
Awesome. Are we talking about the new Discord?
Can handle 80 people.
More just like how does somebody join in the first place, which, you know, the new Discord is not available yet, so we have to send the events Discord for now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no. We'll hopefully have the link.
Oh, my frames
populated
came back.
in a lot of
Oh,
areas.
dude, they came back. Oh, I can.
Okay, I was gonna check out this other box over here.
So if you can't find the Discord, just feel free to get me on Discord and I'll give you the invite link to the community server and you go to the official website too. You search social, look at my profile.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yes, I can.
Oh, wait, what is that? There's another one? I didn't realize there were two.
The other one had tables.
The other one had tables and people.
I don't know why I really like the simple red room.
Fiona didn't like red rooms. Hmm.
There's no table in there.
The unlit mushrooms.
Unlit mushroom. The unlit mushroom forest.
It's like a non-psychedelic mushroom.
I didn't think of it that way.
I was not expecting you to laugh too much at that. That was not a bad joke, I thought.
It's more of like it caught me off guard because I didn't realize what you meant at first, and it's like, wait.
Yeah, those red rooms are a bit intense for me.
Mm-hmm.
Too, in the
Oh, you're like
Okay,
right at a
so
reflection or light probe.
Apparently for these boxes, at some
call
later
that call
stage,
me. I didn't think it was
they're
too
actually gonna add
intense.
like food inside it. They're just deciding
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna
don't
put
know.
large pieces of
Is this a
sushi and
nice
such,
red?
like that you find in a bento box,
maybe
or
you're
if these will act like a cafe, like it's
Maybe I
shaped
am a
like a
bit
bento, but when you
biased,
get
yeah.
in,
Mhm.
it's like a little like restaurant or cafe.
Oh, so you got the tour. I missed it.
Why, thank you.
I got the general idea.
Mhm.
How was your New Year's?
Yeah. Good, good.
But
How
I
about
like
you?
the idea of like this giant box and chopsticks sitting on top. It
Mhm.
actually made me hungry.
No, I mean, I just saw the name of the world and it's like, that's a great name. And then it's like, literally.
Yeah, it was fun. My first time.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something funny? Literally just 5 minutes from where I live, Chef Sushi is literally just
I was
around
in
that
VR.
corner.
Like I was at the.
Wait, say that
pre-fest
again?
one
Chef
for
Sushi?
For the PST time in
Chef
Central.
Sushi,
Uh,
CHEZ.
Oh, I miss Central.
I saw you. You're mostly invisible most of the time.
And
I saw
these
you.
guys, they literally make the best bento boxes.
Yeah, I know.
Are you going to get one tomorrow, I
My favorite
suppose?
being
Better get used to me doing that. You probably already
beef
Oh,
teriyaki, you betcha.
That's why I didn't bother you.
You know what I'll do? I'll order it and then I'll open it and I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And I'll be like,
Cyan, is this the last world or?
Yes, this was the last world that we have on our list.
yes, this was. Oh, should we
okay.
say thanks for coming then?
I assume Squid will eventually.
Oh, it's nice. I haven't been to Community Meetup in a
Good.
while. It's nice to be back.
Where's
My
Squid
quest says
anyway? I
it's
haven't
about to
seen him
die.
for like
I
2 worms.
successfully made
I'm
it
assuming
through.
the color over there is Squid. But, you know, it's just a blob. Oh, there's the thanks for coming.
Flower,
there
when you
it
were
is.
running it, are you running it off of a powered hub?
Oh no, virtual desktop.
Oh, I see. I
Yay,
see.
virtual
Okay, so
desktop,
you're
virtual
wireless.
desktop. Yes, virtual desktop.
Well, you
Yeah,
can just
so
plug it into a
this
power
is
source
my-
while you're here, though.
It's very uncomfortable because the way my my outlets are. Where to do it. I
I
literally have to be
see.
sitting with my head onto the side to be able to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
So you'd be like this in VR.
Yes. I've done it once and my neck hurt, so I never wanted to do it again. On Tuesday, I'm getting a new index table, so then I should not have to deal with this again.
I see.
Wait, what
Yeah.
happened to your last cable again? I forgot.
Oh, it's basically like the connection. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I think-
Oh my God,
so much- Almost made it through. Almost made it.
To your cable. What are you doing?
Alright.
Wait.
No, so I think the Quest battery just died. Yep, there they go.
There they go.
Well, they made it through.
There we go.
So
and
if
thanks
you,
for coming.
If you have someone that you don't
before
want
you
to
can
stick
go
around
back.
for too long, just ask them about the index cable.
There you go.
There's your answer. Actually, no. If
But that's
anyone, I
it.
was hoping it wouldn't be Flower. I actually feel
But
bad.
that's it. Virtual
That's
desktop
it.
is an amazing experience. It's an amazing experience, really. I use it to play games. It's really amazing. There's no wire and play games. Half-Life Index on the Quest 2. Virtual desktop. Yeah. I like it.
Cool.
He just added me in the prefab Discord.
Did he now?
Told me perfect timing.
We're in the meetup.
Perfect timing would change nothing.
We're in the meetup.
And on the prefabs,
Uh-huh, neat.
Yeah. Cable at the breaker area must have gotten loose internally, and it stopped giving me audio or video. Wait, that's
Things
a thing?
like this happen.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, if we are done, then I'm gonna take this opportunity to get off and, you know, eat food. Yay. 3 p.m.
Yeah,
How
this is
about,
what fast.
Early
about
meetup.
how about this world give you a hint on what you should have?
Oh, a
Yeah,
bento box?
bento box.
That's what I prefer, honestly. 2 hours
Galaxy,
seems like a comfy
solar
time,
system.
and then-
He's scientist. I want you to
3
come
hours,
closer
I'm
and
almost
hear
ready
what
to rip
Fiona
my
is gonna
face off
have.
at the end.
Wait, what?
Especially for people in Europe.
Yeah.
She's thinking
It's all over the right now.
For me, it's midnight.
Well,
What is
this
that?
was
Close to
wonderful.
subliminal messaging right there? Just like, you're at a world called Bento Box. What should you eat today?
3 hours, just like our overflow.
Wait, what's the closest for you if you wanted a bento box? Like how long would you have to wait if you wanted one?
Who knows? I have no idea what's around me.
Wait, what?
I'd probably have to wait for a while.
So there is a sushi place literally like across the
Hello.
main, the closest main street from me. So like
He
I can
is.
walk there in 5 minutes and get
Hello.
a bento box if I wanted.
Oh,
The problem is, if I go over there and get a bento box, then my children will be like, oh, "You're getting sushi? I want sushi!" And suddenly it's $60 later. And so
you reminded me of my little nephew. I'd come back with for my sister. She usually comes back late from work, so I also come back late. So I'd have to order for the both of us. And if my little nephew comes back from school at that exact same time, he'll give me the puppy face and he'll be all sad. And he'd just look at me like, "You're mean." And I go back and I get
Did
him
you
one
want
as
some
well.
bowl of cereal?
It doesn't work. This child,
I know.
he knows.
I said I know what I'm like, and I'm gonna go eat like leftover Chinese and take a nap now. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Either that, or I'll spend 3 hours browsing TikTok. That's also fine. Okay, I will see you guys later.
I'm just gonna
Bye.
pour
Bye
myself
now.
a bowl of cereal and pass out.
Yeah, she just poof away.
She's gone.
The power of
I
VRChat.
just
Poof.
honestly need. I just need
So
a
it
pet.
is.
Goodbye, squid.
And I'll be happy.
Goodbye.
I just want a pet.
So yeah,
All right.
Is that a shark?
All right.
I just
No,
noticed
it's
when you
just
speak
something-
to
it's
me
just
from an angle,
a
I can
mesh
see
ball.
your eyes on
It's a
you
mesh
now.
ball thing.
Ah, like a masked ball. Okay, I see.
That's cute.
Alright, that is the community meetup. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna end it here. See you again next week.
Otherwise you can see the
Bye.